everyone, this is Sweetly and I wanted to share a reliable strategy I found for defeating the higher difficulties in the new simulated universe Swarm Disaster, the Destruction and Preservation build. The overall strategy is pretty simple. You go Destruction to unlock the shield resonances, take the longest path, and prioritize combat rooms to get more blessings for more damage and sustain. The build is especially useful for those without a Japard. If you do have a Japard, I highly recommend going Preservation and Nihility instead. The highlight of this build is the shield resonance you can unlock with 6 destruction blessings, along with the new Preservation Destruction Interplay resonance, which unlocks after you obtain 3 preservation blessings and 3 destruction blessings. These two combined add a lot of survivability and combined with other blessings can result in huge shields. I also recommend going for the Destruction Elation Interplay resonance if you have Clara or March, since it can help charge up your path resonance quicker. Clara is a great DPS and tank in general, and at E0 she can even solo difficulty 5. You can also bring March along to proc this effect and act as an additional shielder, or skip this entirely if you don't have any follow-up attackers. The main advantage of this strategy and why it works well is that for the harder boss fights, just being able to heal back is often not enough. You want a shield to safely tank some of the more powerful hits, otherwise your character might just get one shot. While all of us have a Natasha, not all of us have a Japard. The team setup is pretty flexible. After your DPS and healer, you have 2 flex slots, where you can bring a follow-up attacker or extra sustain, or a sub-DPS or Nihility character. I personally have been preferring Nihility over Harmony characters in Swarm Disaster, since the Harmony character buffs are not as impactful in the new SU with all the damage and attack percent buffs you get. Silverwolf or Welt are great options if you have them, since the Swarm is always weak to Quantum and Imaginary. In terms of your route, you want to enter as many domains as possible to max out on your path bonus and blessings. Prioritize Elite Combat domains, Adventure domains, and Reward domains in that order. Do not worry about the planar disarray. You will generally end up anywhere between 4 to 10 in planar disarray, but it's usually worth the extra damage and blessings. A quick note on your audience die rolls. The gold roll lets you instantly clear any combat domain, including elite ones, so it's great to use on the domains that aren't in your current path. The purple rolls either enhance or give you extra blessings, which are both pretty good. For the blue roll that converts any domain into a combat domain, I would prioritize changing occurrences over transactions over swarm combat rooms. Though depending on your team, you can prioritize turning the swarm combat rooms into normal combat rooms if you don't like infinite spawning bugs. The last blue roll is great for the boss fights. Onto the resonance formation and blessing priorities. With this strategy, you will often pick up at least 40 or 50 blessings by the end of the run. Outside of the shield resonance formation that you should select after 6 destruction blessings, you ideally want to go with one more. You can go with Extreme Helium Flash for more damage or Event Horizon for more sustain. Here are the blessing pick priorities, along with which ones are great to enhance. Prioritize enhancing the blessings that have red borders. Outside of these, you can also take blessings that are good for your DPS. For example, Elation Blessings if you're using Clara, or Propagation Blessings if you're using Megadanken. A few special things to know and some tips. The Pyramid Blessing doesn't buff your resonance shields until you enhance it, so if you grab this one, make sure to enhance it. The Annihilation Blessing is pretty bad if you're planning to use a taunt tank like Fire MC or March 7th, but outside of that, it can be pretty helpful, especially if you upgrade it for the 15% damage reduction. If you get macro segregation early, you can try to get the Quake-related blessings to deal damage with your shield reflect. If your DPS is currently at 80 plus crit rate, you can consider swapping to a crit damage chest piece for more damage, since as you level up your Trail of the Path Strider, you gain extra crit rate, and when paired with some of the crit rate blessings, in combat you often have an extra 20 to 40% crit rate. You can double check your stat page during the combat to see what your crit rate typically looks like with all your blessings. TLDR, take your favorite DPS and go Destruction Path. Pair with some Preservation blessings and other DPS blessings and go into lots of combat domains to obtain damage buffs. If you're having difficulties clearing, I also recommend completing some of your quests first on the lower difficulties so you can unlock some of the strong permanent buffs. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or are interested in other builds for other pets. Like and subscribe if the video helped, and see you next time.